welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that you've been waiting for so long. So I got asked to do this Louis Vuitton collection, I'd say about like during summertime, but I knew that I was going to be getting more pieces, so I just held off until now. And I'm wearing my new monogram scarf. And if you're wondering why I look different, I got my hair done and I got it cut up a little bit. So yeah, I just feel really cozy now in this jumper and scarf. So I'm also going to do some updates on the bags and how they're doing, because I do have them with a while. So a lot of you have been asking for like updates on how they've been. And also I'm going to do some tips on how to kind of look after them, take care of them, whether when you're out or just keep them in good condition. So let's just get straight into this and start off with my first piece. This is the Speedy 25 Bandolier. This is my all-time favourite piece that I have. And obviously it was the first piece that I got back in 2016 now. And it was like the first designer bag that I got. And I actually saved up from my first job and I bought this. So it was kind of like a little achievement for me, and it was just nice to be able to say that I got something that will last, something that's really like durable. When it comes to like what it looks like, if there's any scuffs or anything, the only place that I can see any like marks is kind of here on these little buckles here. There's a few scuff marks, but you wouldn't really notice those, and it's still really like a shiny hardware. Now there is a difference between the hardware on the lock and then the hardware on the zip. So the one on the lock is more prone to like getting scratches, and even if it rains or anything it will get marked, which I did have to replace it back in 2017. I showed them, so it was only a year, and the lock was after going all like off colour and dark. So I brought it back in store and they actually replaced it with a new lock, and I don't know if you can tell now, but it still looks a little bit dull from when I replaced it. So I don't know what the problem is with their locks, but they do get like scratched and go dull very easy. I suppose you could polish it up. I might try and do that actually, and I'll let you know how it goes. But other than that, there's a few marks on the hardware and the same on the zip. I don't know where these marks came from. It's just like a little bit of the gold hardware came off. But honestly, I'm not that picky when it comes to these sorts of things. Like, I am like really good at taking care of things, but they're going to have to be used, and this bag has been used so much and I just love it, so I don't really care if it has a few marks. And then also on this bag I got the luggage tag, and I'm thinking that this one is the small one because this bag was so small. I picked this up during summertime and I went for the small one just because it looks like better on the bag, and I didn't get it monogrammed or anything. Now you all know the struggle when it comes to luggage tags and getting them, and I really wanted to pick up one when I was in Paris, but obviously they wouldn't sell me one, so I waited until I came home and I got one in the little concession in Dublin in Brown Thomas. So I think this was around €40, this one. And I'm so sorry, I can't remember prices, so I will link everything down below in the description box and prices and everything, because I'm really bad. Like, I literally just make them up out of the top of my head. And another thing is, this bag has actually gone up in price since I bought it. So as I said, I'll leave down the price that I paid and then the price that it is now. If you're like looking to get one of these, I would say the best time to get it is literally right now, because they're always going up in price and the value does increase with these bags. So that is my Speedy 25, and I just have on a little keyring from Primark, puffy keyring. The strap seems to be in really good condition as well. There's nothing, only a few marks on the hardware, but like, I live in Ireland and it's raining all the time, so that's obviously how that got marked. But I brought this bag out so much. I even brought it to Paris and it was perfect to carry around. So it's definitely gotten its use since I bought it, and it's my top Louis Vuitton item. If I would have to say one thing, it would be this bag, and especially in this print, because the damier print is so easy to look after and care for. It's just like really carefree. So moving on to the next piece that I picked up from Louis Vuitton, I'm kind of going to do this in order. So the next one that I got, actually the same time as I got my Speedy, my mum actually bought me the little key pouch as well. So right now I just have it attached onto my keys, and for a long time I didn't use this because I didn't like carry cards with me. I hardly ever use my credit card, or not credit, my bank card, and I just used to use my Michael Kors purse. But recently, since I started driving, I've been popping my cards and some cash in here, and it's so handy because anytime I just leave, say I'm rushing, it's just always going to be with me because it's on my car keys. So I would definitely say it's a staple to have, and I got it to match the Speedy 25, so I got it in the same print. When it comes to wear and tear on this, there's literally no wear and tear. It's still in perfect condition because it's such a small item, and if you're on a budget and you want to get something from Louis Vuitton, this is probably the best thing that you should get because it's just so handy and I really do love it, and it's such a good like sturdy keyring. As you can see, I have all my keys hanging off of this one. So that was the second piece that I picked up. Then the third thing that I got from Louis Vuitton was my Neverfull MM, and I picked this one up the summer after I got my Speedy 25, and this is when the obsession began because I always wanted this bag. I always seen people with this Neverfull, and I kind of wanted this one first, but I knew practical wise that I wouldn't use it as much as the Speedy, so I picked up the Speedy first, and then I went and got this one, and I got this and the Speedy in Dublin in Brown Thomas. And of course, as you know, it comes with this little pouch, which was really handy because it's such better value to get the pouch with it. And as far as wear and tear on this, there basically is none because I haven't used it that much. Like, you could use it as a makeup bag, but it is just really handy to have. And then when it comes to the bag, I did bring this with me to Vegas. I got it before I went to Vegas in 2017. So I did bring it with me, and it was literally brand spanking new when I brought it with me. So I was very nervous, but I just said I may as well bring it because obviously it doesn't like rain or anything over there. So it would be easy to just bring it out around with me. And it's the perfect summer bag because it's just like a big bucket and you can just throw everything in here. Like, I tried them all on in the shop, same with the Speedies, and I kind of decided that the MM was the best size because the PM is tiny and then the GM is just way too big. I would never fit it, and I'm not kind of tall enough for that bag. Yeah, I really do love this bag. The only downside is it doesn't have a zip, so that's the reason why I use a Speedy a lot more where I live, because I just feel more secure with a zip and like sections inside, whereas this one is just very chill. It's like a kind of beachy bag, you know. Not that you would bring this to the beach, I suppose you could, but as far as wear and tear on this, there is a few watermarks, which is the only problem with these kind of bags. Like, they mark really easily. There's one here on the front. I'm not going to zoom in because it's just a small little watermark. It just looks like a small little stain, but I did look up how to remove it and they said just water and dab it, which didn't work. So I'm not going to be too fussy about it. Another reason why I wanted to pick up the luggage tag for this bag as soon as I could was because I knew the leather would start darkening and patina. So I wanted to get this as soon as possible so that it would darken along with the leather on my Neverfull. So I did pick the luggage tag up pretty soon after I got this bag, and I think this one is the medium. It could be the large, I'm not too sure. I know, looking at it now, it kind of does look like the large. Yeah, the luggage tags are so hard to find, so whenever you can get them I would definitely say to pick them up. And then the next thing that I got was this scarf in Paris. This is kind of like one of the smaller scarves. You can put it on your bags. You can wear it around your neck, you can put it, like, use it as a belt. It has so many uses, and I went for this one. They did it in the pink as well, but I wanted to get this kind of brown chain design because it was out everywhere at the time. And ever since, it's just been hanging on my bag as decor, and it just looks really cute on the Neverfull. And it would look really nice on the Speedy as well, but yeah, there's another bag that I'm going to get that I would look really cute on, so I'm going to probably pop it onto that when I get it. But that's everything when it comes to the Neverfull. That's a little update on that. There's basically no wear and tear apart from the little watermark, which I have a feeling it could be from when it was raining out. I don't know, maybe when I sprayed something in my room. But another thing is, it did kind of darken the leather a bit quicker when I was in Vegas because it was really sunny and I was out in the sun all the time. So just be aware of that when you get any bags that have vachetta leather. It is kind of hard to keep them, but basically the colour that it's at now is my favourite. Like, I didn't like when I got it and it was like a fresh white, and I don't like it when they get like really dark and orange looking, but I guess that's just the way they have to go. So what else did I get then after that? So that was everything that I got for a good while from Louis Vuitton. Actually, oh my god, I nearly forgot the wallet. I got this for my birthday as well in Paris. And this is the Syrah Wallet, and this was like next on my list. I knew I wanted a wallet from Louis Vuitton, but I didn't know if I was going to get it in the monogram or the damier, and I went for the damier because it just matches my bag, and this is the one that I use the most, so I had to go with this print. And I love the Syrah wallet because it has like room in the back for any like receipts or cash, and then it has the button on the front which is really like classy looking compared to the zip, and then inside it has plenty of room for like cards, and it has a zipper in the middle for cash and change, and then it has like more card space at the front. And I also got this one monogrammed. Did I get the two monogrammed? I think I got one done in Dublin and one done in Paris. I honestly can't remember at this stage, but I definitely got this one done that day. So the wallet was made in Spain, and everything else I have was made in France. So yeah, that's the last piece. And then coming up to recently, for Christmas, I got two last bits, and I'm obviously wearing one which is the, is it monogram? Yeah, monogram Logomania scarf, and I got it in the pink colour, which you can reverse it around to this side, which is like a gorgeous like rose gold. But yeah, this is my first time wearing it in this video. I am going to wear it a lot more when it comes into like springtime, because it's still like a warm scarf, but it's pretty light as well. So I can't really update you on the wear and tear of this because I've literally only worn it once, because I know it's very hard to keep them in good condition, but I honestly can't tell you right now because I just haven't worn it. And then the piece that I got for Christmas, which you would have seen in my what I got for Christmas video, and it is the makeup bag and, well, cosmetic pouch, the medium size I think. As I said, I'll have it all listed in the description box below because it just goes straight out of my head and I can't remember. Yeah, it's my newest piece. As you can see, the vachetta is very light and it's like literally like a light beige kind of colour right now. I haven't used this too much yet either. I just put it in the box and I left it up there. So the zip is just so nice on this though, you just know it's good quality. And then inside it's just like a beige colour, and it was also made in France. I wonder what does it say on the scarf? I don't think there's a tag on the scarf, it'll probably say on the receipt or something. But yeah, that was my last two pieces that I got from Louis Vuitton, and I will give updates on these over time because I know I want to use this for travelling, and I'll obviously be putting makeup in here, so I'll get to see how well it holds up. And the same with the scarf, I will wear it a lot more and let you know what I think. So now I just want to go through all the tips on how to keep the bags in good condition. I wrote these down because I can't really like think of them off the top of my head, but like when I sit there for a while they all just come to me. You obviously probably all know is don't keep them in direct sunlight. So I store mine at the end of my bed. I have a little storage box and I just leave them on top, and that way the sunlight doesn't come in on top of them. Like, I mean direct sunlight, like just daylight is fine. But like don't have them in a room where the sun is blaring in because it's gonna damage the leather or the canvas and it's just not a good idea. So, and it's same when you're out and about as well. Try and keep them out of sun. Like when I brought my Neverfull on holidays, I kind of kept it underneath the sunbed so that the sun wasn't blaring down right on the bag. And then the next one is to wipe down with a damp tissue if it gets marked. So I did get a few marks on my Speedy around the front. There was one mark that I got and it literally wouldn't come off. I can still see a little bit of it. It was just like a white, like it looked like Tipex or something. So I just wiped it down with a damp tissue, and I did try rubbing alcohol before, but you definitely don't really want to use that. I wouldn't recommend using anything else other than water. Don't use any like leather cleaners or anything because you're just going to damage the bag. If the handles on the bag feel sticky or anything, just wipe it down with some water and a tissue and it will be fine. There's no need to do all these extra things because you're just going to end up damaging the bag. And I kind of made these up myself, like I didn't read these online or anything. This is what I've been doing like with my bags and they're in really good conditions. And the next one is kind of obvious. Don't leave them on the ground if you're out somewhere. Like the ground is dirty and sticky and there could be anything on it. So if you can, keep it on your lap or keep it, like even when I was traveling back from Vegas on the flight, you know the way you have to put your bags in the overhead compartments? I didn't want to put mine up there, so like it's a tiny bag anyway. They're not going to like say anything. So basically what I did was I put it on my lap, and then when it was like take off, I put it on my feet in front. I didn't leave it on the ground or put it underneath this chair or anything. And same with my Neverfull. I literally slept with my Neverfull on my lap. I would not leave it on the ground because it was like freshly new then. I probably wouldn't do it now either, because like why would you do that? It could get marked, could get stepped on, anything like that. And same whenever I'm like sitting out and I'm eating something, like I'll put it on the chair beside me if there's no one sitting there. Look after your bags like they are your children, because they are my children. So the next one is don't use water to clean vachetta leather. I kind of learned this one from experience, because I felt like when I cleaned the little mark on the front that it just made it, I don't know if it made it darker, but it's hard to tell, but I just feel like I'd stay away from the vachetta leather. Just don't clean it at all, unless something like spills really bad, then obviously it's better to get the big mark off. Yeah, those are all the tips that I came up with over time. Nothing like too special, just don't like go overboard when it comes to trying to keep them clean and stuff. Just wipe them down if they get dusty, or I kind of wipe down the end of my Speedy every now and again, because that's the area that's more so like on stuff. But yeah, that is my Louis Vuitton collection, everything that I own from Louis Vuitton right now. I'm sure it's going to grow even more over the next year. As I said, I'm going to look into getting a bag, and I really want to get like a pair of shoes, like the trainers, but I just know I'd end up marking them, so I'm not going to get those. So I'm going to finish off this video here. Don't forget to leave me in the comments below tips that you use to keep your bags in good condition over time, and how they like wear and tear, because I know like so many people have said when it comes to the scarves they're not really good over time, like they kind of, apparently the threads come out, so I'll see. I really hope that doesn't happen to mine. And then a few of you have said about the hardware on your bags as well, so let me know in the comments below, because I read through all of your comments. And let me know your favourite piece that you own from Louis Vuitton, because I'd love to know. But yeah, I will get back to doing some more vlogs as well, and I'm going to do a what's my iPhone video soon. And please leave me comments below of what you want to see, because I had a good few ideas, but I'm literally after doing most of them right now, so I need some new ones. I will get around to doing a morning routine as well in spring when it's a little bit brighter out. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.